Okay, when one of the things that Chief Watts did when he became chief of police was we made some readjustments and realignments in the police department, and one of the things he created was a violent crime unit. And as a part of that, they started looking at all crimes of violence in Rock Hill, but really started addressing the gang problem. We've known there's been a gang problem in Rock Hill, and we've been working on it, but the code of silence on the street, it's been tough to actually make cases against these guys. So our violent crime team started working on it hard about 6 months ago. They hold monthly violent crime meetings, which includes the multi-jurisdictional drug unit, 16th Circuit Solicitor's Office, FBI, ATF, and out of that, we found the most prevalent problem was a gang we know is 715 fam. And then when they started working on them real hard and developing cases, we found out they were having a fight with another group in Rock Hill called 901 KOB, which stands for Cash Over Broads. Cash, like CASH, they just spell it with a K. And apparently a lot of our drive-by shootings the last 2 or 3 months have involved 715 FAM and 901 KOB. Then we had the homicide on Cedar Grove Lane the other week, and once we made those arrests, we realized they were members of 715 FAM. And then information on the homicide came into us, as y'all remember, pretty fast, which helped us solve that crime. But then we also started getting a lot of information about 715 FAM at that time. So things sped up real fast, and we developed warrants on many of the major players in 715 FAM and 901 KOB. We just got 4 of their main players with warrants. We arrested 3 yesterday from the 901 KOBs. There's still one we're looking for. We're going to try to round him up this weekend. If we don't find him, then I'll let everybody know Monday. We think we've put a pretty big dent in 715. We got 9 or 10 yesterday, and then plus the 3 that are in the Moss Justice for the homicide. That's about taking out 715 FAM, so we feel really good about that. And it was a big effort. We had 80 officers from our department, York County Sheriff's Department, SLED, FBI, ATF. Our SWAT team went to the 2 houses where we anticipate there might be some violence. Started out a little slow yesterday. We only got 2 715 FAM members right off the bat, and then we had to chase them the rest of the day because they kept moving. 901 KOB, we didn't get any of them originally, but we ended up, they all turned themselves in except one last evening. So that was, we feel good about all that. The other thing I want to point out is these are young people, ranging in age from 16 to 23. And we appreciate Rock Hill School District cooperating with us yesterday. Actually, 2 of them were in school, and we just went and picked them up. One was a Northwestern student, and one was a South Point High School student. But the SROs at the school just got them in the office, and our staff just went and picked them up. So, you know, there wasn't any show of force at the schools. We just did it quietly. We're going to try to clear more cases now that we've arrested them, but unfortunately, it seems to be the thing in Rock Hill for a certain segment of the population to belong to gangs. You know, whether they become official gangs like 715 FAM and 901 KOB. We're not sure at what level they're going to be, but there's a couple. I will tell you that there's 3 or 4 more that we're looking at now and just starting to keep track of who they are and what they do. And you know, social media is an interesting thing. A lot of these folks advertise who they are and what they're doing on Facebook. So, you know, if they want to keep doing that, we appreciate it.
But of course, members of 715 maintain we're just rap artists. We're just trying to make some music. Police are unjustly typecasting us, trying to keep us down. What do the police have to say about that? Given
Well, you know, it's a fact that they're musicians. They have their music out on YouTube, and but they also have done criminal activities, and they were trying to use their music as a smoke screen, and then they were hoping the code of silence on the street would keep their crimes and violence undercover, but it finally came to light. So.
How, in your mind, how big of a gang problem is there in Rock Hill?
Well, it's not pervasive so that it affects everyday citizens constantly. You know, these are groups, they hang together, and they hang together, and but at some point, then they start committing crimes. I mean, some of them sell drugs, some of them do armed robberies. These guys did some armed robberies, did a carjacking. And then, like, it was the cell phone ripoff with the Winthrop students that they were getting the phones to sell to, you know, they sell to somebody in Charlotte. So we're working on that. We're going to follow up on that connection also with CMPD.
So do either or both of these gangs have their roots in Charlotte?
Nope, their roots are here in Rock Hill. These are all Rock Hill guys.
and but of course they claim affiliations with your bigger gangs, Folk Nation.
Yeah, they
Bloods.
claim, well, while they may not claim it, we've gotten information that they are a part of Folk Nation, which is a nationally recognized gang, and the Bloods.
How many drive-by shootings?
I don't know, we can
Okay.
confirm like 3 or 4 or
Okay.
5, but there's probably a lot more that we just can't tie them into. But we're hoping that it'll reduce our drive-by shootings for a while.